Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another match of the PMA Alpha LCS. My name is Fleeing Panda, and this is our Week 7 matchup between the top of the league, Hidden Valley Gaming, and Rich is Provoked. Recently, HVG has not had the same success as they did during the early season, with draws against both Big Anime Titties and the boosted Gorilla Monkeys. However, tonight is a great opportunity for them to clinch a playoff spot, as they need only one more win to qualify for the playoffs. Having lost the last previous two matches, Rich is Provoked is needing to pick up some points quickly if they want to separate themselves from the teams that are behind them in order to ensure their playoff spot. With their remaining two games against teams in similar positions, tonight is an opportunity to get some points off of the frontrunners. Now, joining me in casting tonight's match is my guy, Opie. What up?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. All right. So, I do not know what the deal is, but looks like we are missing Menbung.
Yep, he posted on the the Twitch post, and he said, "I'm on my way." I don't know how long that means, but
Oh my lord.
We'll see. They've got time.
He's got about 3 minutes to show up, or they start losing bans.
Yeah, what is it? I believe we just clarified those rules not long ago.
I think it was 3 minutes. 3 mini Otos. Ice Cold Bro is our support. It shouldn't. Oh, I guess it says that. Whoops. Let me change that. Summoner 2805. There we go. Ta-da! Yeah. Panic at the Top Hat. Alright, so just so everybody knows, we have a name change. Bunky Knudsen. It's not Bunky Knudsen, it's Urion. Rip Bunky Knudsen.
Except for you spelled it wrong.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
E-I-R-U-Y-O-N.
Oh my god. My dyslexia is kicking in super hard right now. Some days you just cannot win, and today has been one of them.
I think it's also Panic at the Hat Top.
Panic at the Hat Top?
Something like that.
No, it says Panic at the Top Hat. That's right.
Just messing with you.
Alright, so Rich is Provoked, Hidden Valley Gaming. What are you looking for out of both of these teams tonight?
I'm going to be honest. I think a lot of it's going to come down to jungle. I think a lot of every game has kind of come down to jungle, as we've seen from the previous weeks. If a jungler can, start snowballing, get a lane ahead, and then they, push that lead elsewhere, it absolutely takes over a game. So I think we have two super strong junglers here as well. I don't want to take anything away from the other lanes because they've all done really well, but I definitely think that that's going to be the strong lane matchup of the night to be watching.
All right, and it looks like Menbung is finally here, so we might be able to get our pick ban on. So one of the things I've noticed about Menbung is that he tends to be pretty aggressive with the way he paths through the jungle. He especially likes to invade. Now, do you see him doing that again to Elliot, our boy Urion, and DG Mad Hatter, the shot caller for HVG?
I think it's going to depend on who they're playing against, or who they're what roles they're actually playing. Because we've seen a lot of Elliot playing super tanky picks recently. He does really well, although on the assassins. We've seen him do well on Kayn. Rengar is the thing of legend, but I think it's going to come down to, what kind of pressure is going to be based on who they're playing in the jungle. So But I think overall I give the advantage to HVG just because Elliott's proved himself over and over again with how strong he can be, no matter what style of play he has to have.
Yeah, so one of the things I know in talking with the co-captain of Rich's Provoked, Jirachi, he and I were sat down beforehand and talked out a couple things. He seems pretty adamant that they are not going to allow Elliott to have Sejuani, which has been a huge pick for him. What does that change, though, for HVG in their pick ban phase?
I'm sorry, repeat that for me.
So Jirachi is saying that he's not going to allow Elliott to have Sejuani.
As most people have not let that happen.
Yeah, so what is that going to change for HVG as for their pick bans in the jungle?
I mean, I think if they just ban out Sejuani, I don't think that stops a whole lot. Yes, that is his strongest pick by far. But I don't think that it's going to affect it that badly. Because he does have a lot of other picks. Although they did ban out Kane as well, which is another one of... Well, they banned out on HVG side Kane.
Yeah,
which
so...
is typically a good pick for...
We have HVG targeting Jarvan, Four, and Kane at Menbung. And then in response, Rich's Provoked has taken away Bard, Sejuani, and Vel'Koz. Bard at Sal, our pal, and his Ducks. And the Vel'Koz from Panic at the Top Hat, formerly known as DG Mad Hatter. And then the Xayah is banned away from Rich. So already going after who they think are the carries for Rich's Provoked. You know, I wonder how much that changes things for Rich, as he was thinking he was going to be able to pick the Xayah. And there is the first pick, Warwick. That's probably going into the jungle. And we have in response Malzahar, Tristana. So picking that ADC a bit early, as well as that control mage, Malzahar.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's still I think Tristana is a super strong playmaker. There's so much that you can do with it. And getting a kill and getting those resets and being able to keep yourself safe is very essential, especially and having the ult to be able to try and knock, a Warwick away from you. Yes, the ult is unstoppable, but if you can keep a Warwick off of you, that is an insanely strong mechanism, keeping that fear out of your team. As we saw last week, Warwick is an insanely strong pick. So we'll see if they can just continue, or if the Tristana can, stay safe, but be able to be that playmaker, jump around in fights, keep themselves alive. But we'll see.
Yeah, so we see in response to the Tristana, a Sivir picked up for Super Hoagie at ADC. And then, interesting enough, it looks like Panic at the Top Hat has selected Ahri, which is a bit out of place for his playstyle, if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be...
You keep hitting something and it rattles.
Yeah.
I hope that's not a spider.
No, I'm typing on my keyboard. Where's the pick?
So we're waiting patiently for that third pick. And it is a Lee Sin for
my whole thing is
Menbung.
going crazy right now.
Oh, well, I will tell you, it's a Lee Sin.
Okay, because I'm still not seeing anything on my screen, so...
And
Oops, let's go. Okay, you've got it up on the screen. But I'll be a little bit behind.
that's all right. And it looks like they have banned Leona from from away from Sal, and I was not really aware that Sal plays a whole lot of Leona.
Yeah, I mean, Leona is just a really strong pick overall. I love Leona picks, but you have to pair it with somebody who is willing to be super aggressive, and I don't think that Hoagie is that super aggressive person as well. I feel like with somebody who's going to be diving in a lot, Leona is a very strong pick. So like even with Tristana, I think Leona and Tristana are a great pick because Leona dives in, just stuns him up for a second. You get a Tristana bomb. Tristana can even jump in at that point and do a ton of damage.
Yeah.
But I don't see Hoagie being that guy, especially not with a Sivir. So I don't think the Leona was necessarily necessary ban, but she's a strong champion overall.
Yeah, I just find it a bit surprising that you wouldn't ban something like Karma away from Allergic to Milk, our pal Sal. Seeing as he likes these poke mage champions for supports. So, and we see Leona, and that's at Alistair, and then it quickly went away. Yep, Alistair. That is the last ban for Riches Provoked. So taking both Leona and Alistair away from Allergic to Milk. Again, I'm surprised it's not the Karma, as we see Zyra taken away from Summoner 2805. So a bit surprising there.
Yeah, getting an Alistar or a Leona, somebody who's tanky, can dive in, kind of withstand the initial barrage, and would be a good dive buddy for Warwick, would not be it's not a bad idea. So just taking that away is not, it is valuable for their whole team comp as well.
As we see, Summoner 2805 is going to lock in a Thresh. Got a bit of peel, got a lot of utility with that Thresh. But I think it's going to be pretty dependent on him landing those hooks onto Sivir when Sivir doesn't have her spell shield up.
Yeah, and I mean, Summoner 2805, definitely not a bad Thresh player at all. We've seen, plays being made before. We'll just see how well the laning phase can go for them, because Tristana, super early, not necessarily super strong. Sivir can help push out those waves really easily. So if they can just withstand the early, maybe Thresh lands a hook here or there, that'll help. But with a Sivir spell shield, I don't see that being super as much of an issue, as long as Hoagie can land those spell shields on like the hook, stop the hook plays, it should be fine.
And we see a Maokai come in for the top lane. Akiyut gonna be on Maokai, and then a Janna last pick for Sal. Allergic to Milk. That is something I was not expecting. I would have thought he would have picked the Karma. But Janna, very good at peeling off Lee Sin and Thresh and just ensuring that the Sivir and Ahri stay alive. And here comes an Ornn top lane for Juice Me Mommy.
There we go. Yeah, definitely not something I was expecting with the Janna. Because their team is so dive heavy thus far. You got Maokai already looking to dive in. Sivir's just looking to boost everybody's speed to get it into the fight. And then Warwick's going to be diving super hard as well. I mean, Janna, not necessarily a bad idea because of the fact that you've got all these dive people. You're trying to keep, Ahri and Sivir alive. You can kick out the Lee Sin. Because he kicks whatever. But you can kick out the Lee Sin with Janna ult. You've got the shields for the extra damage. You've got the tornado knock-up and everything. So just a little disruption from the counter dive. So could work well. It'll be interesting. I don't think I've seen Sal on Janna a whole lot, but I know it's been something he's tried to pick up. So we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out.
As we are moving into our pick ban phase in client, so
also the Ornn pickup for Riches Provoked, I think good pick. They didn't really have a super tanky team, but they did have a divey team with Lee Sin as well. So Orin, a good pick to round out, has a good team fight potential just being a nuisance in the middle. So I think that's a good pick. I mean, Orin's always a good pick because Orin's stupid strong.
Yeah, so the Orin is something I know Juice Me Mommy has been playing a lot of. I was a tad bit surprised that it wasn't banned along with the Teemo. Known for being a Teemo player as well. So Orin and Teemo are the two champions I felt Juice Me Mommy was going to pick, and surprisingly allowed to pick the Orin into a Maokai. So that's an interesting matchup right there.
Yeah, it really is a wet noodle fight for a while, just because with Maokai heals and Orin shields, it's like you can try and trade back damage all you want, but good luck.
But would that advantage be more towards Orin, though, with Orin not really needing to back to purchase items?
I don't necessarily know much about a Maokai Orin matchup. I feel like in lane, just because they're both going to be expending mana if they want to try and trade, I feel like overall it would end up going, in the long run, would go over to Orin. Just because I feel like he would have to use less mana to stay alive in lane. Whereas if Maokai wants to try and trade and get those pressures, he's trying to use all of his skills and auto attack and everything. So Maokai's would be spamming more, but it's a tanky champ. Then why spam everything when you're both just gonna heal and back up? Anyways, but an early Lee Sin gank could change things around pretty easily.
And then walk us through this mid lane matchup of a Malzahar and an Ahri. Ahri's pretty slippery, but Malzahar does have that point and click Nether Grasp.
I mean, I think early all depending on the top hat's going to have to do is just push in the Malzahar. Malzahar is terribly hard to CS early when you're getting shoved into tower. The space aids plus your little minions does help, but you're expending so much mana to try and do so, whereas Ahri can Q a wave and then auto once or twice and the wave's gone. So, I mean, I think the Ahri is just going to be looking to constantly shove the lanes and then try and roam. Make those roam plays. I mean, that's what, DG Mad Hatters, Panic at the Disco, sorry.
Yeah, that's going to be hard to
trying
stay.
to do all split, and is very good at it. A very good Ahri player, so just shove in the Malzahar, so make the 1v1 once you're 6 not in the picture. Because if a Lee Sin comes in and you get ulted by Malzahar, you're gonna die, because there should be no reason that Lee Sin misses the Q. Even a blind monk can land a Q every once in a while.
Yeah, so chat's a bit disappointed that there's no Heimerdinger.
Meh.
But I'm not surprised, seeing as no one really here plays Heimerdinger. And we do have some Ornn hype as well. So look for the flashy plays there.
Ornn is super good. I love me some Ornn. Although I hate being on the enemy team with Ornn, just because there's so much damage and you don't trade back.
Alright, well, chat. Everyone should not play Heimerdinger. We're not you, Greg.
What is it? We need all for one back.
Oh no.
One for all, that one.
Yeah, there we go. If we have a one for all comeback, maybe we'll play a whole game with just Heimerdinger. Wouldn't that be AIDS?
I'll do it. Well, you can only have 2 towers apiece, 3 towers apiece, I think.
I don't know. That'd be a dumb game, though. Anyways,
Oh,
chat,
God, it's great.
get your opinions in on who you think is going to win this. a HVG win or a hashtag RIP win. That's a hashtag HVG win, by the way. Looking at this,
it's okay. We've got a bat win. I like that.
Yeah, bat wins this match.
Big enemy changes
4-0.
win.
That's too bad. You have your opportunity tomorrow, I think it is. Anyways, looking at the summoner spells, it looks like Ari has opted for Ignite,
Saturday.
and Malzahar instead has TP. Is that gonna be a huge factor moving forward, or is that just gonna be kind of here or there?
If your New Year's resolutions include being smarter with your money, come into the Home Depot this weekend to save big on appliances.
Or did you just disconnect?
Samsung stainless steel gas
Disconnect?
range right now
Sounds like it.
$648.
Rip. I'm on my own.
Convection cooking
There's
with all
nobody
the
here
possible
beside
Now
me.
that's smart with savings that make you extra smart. Save on appliance special buys this weekend.
As we have some trolling in the chat.
More Duke. US only. See store for details. Valid through January 24th.
OP, are you still there? No, there goes OP.
Oh, okay.
Now you're back. There we go.
I don't know. Discord being stupid, but it's okay.
It does that every once in a while. All right.
All right. So I'm just gonna have to say, well, I don't know. I'm really conflicted. I do think just with the sheer power of, I think Warwick beats out Lee Sin. Early Lee Sin can do a little bit more damage, but I think overall Warwick is better scaling wise and gets tankier while still doing a ton of damage. So, and then Maokai for the team fights. If DG Mad Hatter can get rolling on this Ari and make some plays, I think will be able to roll her. I'm going to give it an HVG win.
HVG win. All right, well, I think the team comp for HVG is pretty solid. However, I just feel like the comfort level for Riches Provoked is just going to be so much more. Malzahar being one of those champions that Bukake Poro has picked so often this split, as we're having trouble getting OBS to open. Yeah, this is why I didn't want to stream this. I can't split between screens because I only have one monitor. There we go. Come on. Pull back up. Why won't you do this? There it is.
It's okay. There's plenty of time. Who wants to watch the game anyways? They just want to listen to the casting.
You just want to listen to me flame things.
Hear that sexy panda voice.
Yep. Everybody needs sexy panda voice. Yes, we're going to change a couple things here on stream before we even get to that. Alright, there we go. We set, chat, we set. Sexy panda voice, yep. OP1. Alright, so I feel like the comfort level, though, for RIP is so much more. Malzahar being something Bukake Poro plays a lot of, something he's picked more often than not this split. Ornn, certainly something Juice Me Mommy plays a lot in that top lane. Lee Sin again for Menbung, and then Jirachi, of course, comfortable in that Tristana. I just feel like the comfort level is so much higher than the comfort level for HVG with, Sal, Allergic to Milk, playing Janna. Haven't really seen a whole lot of that. Super Hoagie on Sivir, again, haven't seen a whole lot of that. So it just seems like they might be more comfortable on their pick. So I'm going to give this one to RIP. And Malzahar is cancer, as General Dill is saying. Yes, indeed, it really is cancer. Space AIDS confirmed. All right, so without further ado,
bot lane, I think if Rich can get rolling, then they might just be able to steamroll the bot lane. But it's a Janna Sivir, so they're going to be pretty safe, hopefully.
Without further ado, let's get an introduction really quickly for each player. In the top lane for HVG, we have Akiyut. In the jungle is our boy Elliot Urion. with a name change. It is Panic at the Top Hat, which was formerly DG Mad Hatter. Obviously has a hat theme going on. Super Hoagie is your ADC in the bot lane, followed by Allergic to Milk, Mr. Duck Handler himself, our boy Sal.
And then on the side of Rip, we have in the top lane Juice Me Mommy. In the jungle, the man bun himself, Menbung. In the mid lane, Bukaki Poro, Jirachi on AD carry, and Summoner 2805 as our support player.
All right, Greg, go to bed. You're sick. All right, so it looks like we're just seeing the 5-point defense system. No invades necessary, although if it was me, I'd be invading with Thresh, but just going to have standard jungle leashes. Oh, music's still on. How about that? There we go. I like this music. This music's better. The normal, like, in-game music. It's kind of calm and relaxing with those little chimes.
Why can't some support play DJ Zona? Get some DJ Zona music in on there.
DJ Zona music? I have that on my computer. I can put that on loop, but I don't think anybody wants that.
I mean, I think everybody wants that.
Alright, as we see that wet noodle fight start in the top lane, Menbung and Urion have both started red side for them on the respected red side, so they might run into each other at some point in time.
Menbung's a little bit behind. You know, Urion's almost done with blue buff when he's just now getting there.
And I think that's a product of getting a leash from his bot lane, whereas Menbung only got a leash from the top lane.
Yeah, and I mean, Warwick is just super strong in the jungle. It has really good sustain. That fear also really helps mitigate some damage away from yourself. So,
as we see,
typically you see, I can't remember the items. Sorry, but usually we'll see jungle item right away from that to help with clear.
As we're seeing some early damage onto Jirachi, allergic to milk, using the Janna W to land Comet consistently as Summoner 2805 comes in, hooks allergic to milk, gets the bomb off on Jirachi, but Jirachi's having to burn, heal, and flash to try and get away from Super Hoagie. As allergic to milk has come back, Summoner 2805 and Super Hoagie flash. Super Hoagie gets that first kill with the auto onto Summoner 2805. A bit aggressive there, and it doesn't pay off for them.
Yeah, really good plays from Sal there on the bot lane. They landed the hook, but weren't able to do all the damage right away, which let Sal on that channel, was able to flash away and get those shields and the knockups to stay alive.
As we see Akiyu taken really low by Juice Me Mommy, and Menbung has already come for a gank bot lane, but he did miss that Lee Sin Q. As that Comet has been landing really consistently off of the Janna W, which I don't remember what that thing is called. It's like a dove of some kind.
It is
Zephyr.
Zephyr. Yeah, that's the one.
Janna Zephyr.
I mean, it's really good just because with Comet, the Comet does the extra damage and Zephyr slows, so it's like a guaranteed hit essentially that you'll hit the Comet. And while Janna typically you don't see doing a ton of damage, it's definitely doing some trading there with that Comet.
Hockey, it's still really low, getting dove in on by Juice Me Mommy, but Juice Me Mommy is going to take a tower shot. Meanwhile, Menbung is bot lane, but that gank is a little unsuccessful as Allergic to Milk and Super Hoagie are able to get out. Urion is bot side, but he's going to get spotted out by Ward as Juice Me Mommy flashes in on Akiyu, picks up the solo kill.
Yeah, definitely just an overstay there. Took a lot of minion damage there right at the end, and can't really. It's hard to sustain up when you're that low versus an orange. So looks like orange is trying to get rolling really early here.
Yeah, again, that Orange comfort as Super Hoagie spell shields the Thresh death sentence, which is very well timed there. Again, Zephyr landing on to Jirachi. Taking a
so
little bit of damage
overall,
here. and
We're
there.
just seeing slight CS leads from almost all of the lanes on the sides of Rip. So definitely not something that they wanted to see. Not wanting Rip to definitely get they don't want them to get an early lead because then they can just try and keep snowballing with it. They do have a really good mid lane or mid game fight team, so trying to shut that down.
As we see Allergic to Milk get hooked by the Thresh death sentence. However, the tornado does knock up Jirachi and he has to get away. Exhaust coming out from Summoner 2805 onto Super Hoagie, and 2805 should be able to get away. Juice Me Mommy again is meanwhile fighting top lane with Akiyu. Akiyu taking a lot of damage from that bellowing.
Yeah, in that bot lane fight, Allergic to Milk was able to, land the knockup, so stopping a little bit of the damage, and then Hoagie on Sivir, just able to put out so much damage in these early little skirmishes with that boomerang blade, just completely chunking out Jirachi, not able to even stay in that fight, and that just left 72805 by himself.
As we see the blue team pick up an early Ocean Drake, that will help with the sustainability of certain lanes, especially this top lane Akiyu Maokai. Gonna need a little bit of that sustainability.
Yeah, definitely, since the Warwick and Maokai are going to be those DP people, those DP front lines. They're going to be wanting to try and sustain as much as they can.
As we see an invade coming from Menbung, he is at this blue side of Urion. Yeah, I think he's taking the Grump right now, and he's gonna end up taking this blue buff, I think, eventually.
Yeah, and that
as Urion is bot lane, he's gonna have to back. He's out of mana. I hope he's gonna get spotted by a ward, and he's just gonna leave. Interesting. He doesn't steal that blue buff. As Charm misses from Panic at the top hat, and Menbung's just gonna ward hop out of the Baron pit. Malzahar has rotated down. Malzahar is going to get the Nether Grasp on the Panic at the top hat. Lee Sin Q lands, and he's not able to get the kick off as Panic at the top hat flashes over the wall and gets away.
A very nice escape there. It just seemed a little hesitant. I think Menbung was trying to wait out the Ari dash, but I think consequently, just trying to wait out the dash, they weren't able to get enough damage on quick enough.
It looks like Menbung is still topside in that jungle, is probably taking that blue buff. Yep, he stole the blue buff from Urion. So that's going to put Urion just a little bit behind in farm. Well, actually, Urion's ahead by 5 CS. Interesting.
Yeah, that power farming and goes and gets a Tiamat right away. We had to pick up the Stalker's Blade for the start of that blue jungle item. But yeah, that Tiamat's definitely going to help with clear, but unfortunately his jungle's not there for him to clear.
Bellowing Breath and Searing Charge from Juice Me Mommy, just doing a lot of damage on Akiyu, who's kind of going in on Juice Me Mommy. Urion is here to help out, but the Ram comes out from Juice Me Mommy. He's going to knock up Akiyu. Akiyu is really low, but Juice Me Mommy is going to pick up the kill on Akiyu. Urion is going to kill Juice Me Mommy, though, in response, using that ult from Malzahar. And Menbung here is going to see Urion, going to burn Urion's flash. He's going to dash in. Not going to have enough damage, though. He's going to start taking turret shots as he's underneath the turret, kicks Urion away, and gets out with his life. But that was super aggressive there by Menbung. As Death Sentence lands onto Janna, bomb comes out and gets buster shotted away, but Super Hoagie just smacking Jirachi right now, but he does get exhausted by Summoner 2805, and they're just going to back away from that fight.
Yeah, and Chris got some time to get those autos off with the bomb on, so able to chunk out Janna right away. And then not enough damage being able to be pumped out from Hoagie there to get a kill this time.
I think Sebastian's trolling me right now, so. Because I'm not entirely sure what he's typing in the chat. Anyways, early pressure bot lane from Jirachi and Summoner 2805. As we see some pings coming out. It looks like there's a teleport from the Akiyut. This is not going to be spotted. They're going to run right into Akiyut and Urion. They're going to targeting Jirachi, but Jirachi is not going to be able to take the lantern as Allergic to Milk is going to pick up that kill. Not
Very
really
nice play to get that. But they do have power pressure. They have all 5 bots, so they need to get this tower, get some pressure off.
A 5-man bot lane. Menbling is here as well to help out. But with Summoner 2805 lands the death sentence onto Akiyut, but Akiyut just dashes out. As Urion is at the tower. They don't have a wave anymore though. They're going to start taking turret shots here. Akiyut is going to back away. Urion dives in onto Summoner 2805. Nethergrass blasts onto Panic at the Disco as somebody died in the middle of that as well. There goes Super Hoagie as well. Double kill for Bukake Poro as this tower is finally going to fall. Allergic to Milk picking up that kill, and they're going to chase down Bukake Poro. Bukake Poro is going to get grasped, and Allergic to Milk is going to pick up another kill on Bukake Poro. Buster shot coming out. Going to pick up a return kill onto Akiyu. That's interesting there. And there's a DC.
Akiyu was not moving there at the end of that fight, so looks like he did DC in that fight. But yeah, I mean, they had to pick up something there because they had Orange just splitting away in the top lane, who is pushing up to the tower the whole time. So they had to do something. So they didn't do that small wave. They managed to get some the kills, but they did get traded back. And I think it was partly just because some mismanaged tower aggro. Panic at the top did end up diving and taking tower aggro, and then Malzahar ulted on top of that, so the tower was able to, be the finishing blow there. But overall, they got the first tower. They got the extra gold. They're up a kill, and they're up to almost 1.5K gold at this point. So things are looking good for them. There is a dragon coming up in 50 seconds, so they do have plenty of time to regroup, and more than likely, I feel like that's what is going to be their next objective.
You might want to restart your Discord, as you got all kinds of robot voice going on right now. So I'm not really sure what it is, but there's some kind of distortion in the background. I don't know if you're near something and it's interfering or what's going on, but
let's see.
Anyways, Sal picking up 2 kills right there, as well as Bukake Poro getting a kill onto Panic at the top hat and Super Hoagie. So those should be some good gold for the Malzahar, who is up a fair amount of CS. Meanwhile, top lane, Juice Me Mommy decided not to TP into that fight. Bit interesting, as he could have TP'd in behind. He does, or at least this is showing that he had the Ram. Could have used the Ram to knock everybody up, and it might have been able to turn that team fight around, but elected to stay top lane and just push this tower. Yeah, that's what we were saying earlier. If Sal had ever played Janna before, he's been using the Zephyr, and that's what he's maxing, it looks like, as kind of like an easy way to land Comet consistently. So he's using the Zephyr as a poke tool rather than maxing his shields.
Any better?
A little bit. Still kind of robot-y. That's not even a word.
I'm trying.
Nah, you're fine. We're just going to hear this 5-second refrain over and over again, so, Actually, it's probably more like 20-second refrain, but... Yeah, so... Overall, early lead for HVG. That's mostly due down to the tower gold, I think. As we see another dragon coming up. And can't really scroll over to see what it is.
I think never mind, I don't know. the dragon thing in the upper left-hand corner always looks like a drag to me.
Oh, I don't know if it ever changes. But I didn't check to see what the next one was, so.
It baits me every time.
Anyways, this is a good opportunity right now to remind everybody that you can donate to our channel. Every donation we appreciate, and 50% of it goes to the Symphonian Education Foundation, and then 50% comes to us. The other thing is you can subscribe to our channel, or you get a free, if you have Amazon Prime, you get a free subscription each month. And then definitely follow us so that you can get more. Oh, looks like we have a subscription from Opie1. You're casting this match. Big anime titties for the win. Or not.
Of course. You know, there's still plenty of time left in the season.
That is true. I actually did a little bit of a kind of like projecting out like who needs to do what to get in, and there's an opportunity, but you do need to have some things fall your way.
I think there's technically an opportunity for every team to still somehow make playoffs. Now, it's very like this team has to win, and then this team has to lose, and then this team has to 2-0, and that yada. Yes, but I think every team still has the possibility. All right, it looks like that League his computer forced him to restart, so he'll be back in just a moment. Like, almost done is what I'm saying.
Yeah, so what we were referencing earlier, big anime titties are gonna need to win out and get 2 draws or a loss by both Rich is Provoked and 2 draws and a loss from Gimme Dat Ace, and 2 draws and a loss by G5 in order to make the playoffs.
So Rich is Provoked, all you gotta do is lose this set. We have a chance.
Yeah, you gotta lose at least one of these games. So
we also face Rip in 2 weeks, something like that.
Yes.
So we kind of got to beat them.
That will be a pivotal match coming up. I think that is your week 8 match.
8.
Yeah, week 8. So again, a lot of pivotal matches here for the side of Riches Provoked. They do need to start picking up a couple wins just so they can secure their spot and then separate themselves from those behind them. I think a very pivotal match is going to be the Gimme Dat Ace versus, I think it is Riches Provoked. Gimme Dat Ace and Gimme Dat Ace and Riches Provoked. They play each other to end the season, and that one I feel like is going to have huge playoff implications depending on who wins or loses.
Both of them currently are tied for 5th place, so those 2 teams are like the ones to like beat out essentially. Like, while it's attainable that teams like get to we are right now, I think it's literally just the bottom 6 teams fighting for the playoff spots. Which, as the way that these games have been going recently, it is anybody's game.
Yeah, I actually think this is
completely anybody's game.
Yeah. I think this is the generic dragon icon. It doesn't change until the dragon has actually spawned.
Yeah. It looks like a...
This is a Fire Drake icon, but it only changes once the thing spawns, if I'm not mistaken. And as we see, Akiyut has now reconnected, so hopefully this pause will be done soon. Who knows? This is the Phi Mu Alpha LCS. It's not Phi Mu Alpha LCS without a pause, so... Yeah, the nuances of the Spectate client. Could be better, could be worse. Who knows? And we restarted now. Allergic to Milk is just going to recall in the river. Pings are coming out, but Juice Me Mommy is just going to push this tower top lane. Going to get a return tower top, which should help even out that gold difference.
Oh, one more. There you go. Still down by just over about 700 gold now. So definitely not any sort of insurmountable lead. Easily flipped back the other direction with a couple kills or even a tower. It looks like it's going to be another Ocean Drake, I believe. Seeing as HVG already has one. So not a crazy one, a drag that you're going to look to.
Yes.
Worth dying over, not like an infernal, but definitely something that both of these teams would be looking for when these comps get to a later game.
Panic at the Disco.
You can tell that's where it's going to go.
Menbung has taken the Rift Herald along with Juice Me Mommy. Menbung's currently holding it, meaning he doesn't have any wards to jump around with. Unless he has a tracker's, and that's a tracker's knife. Never mind, he has wards. One ward. Doesn't have his trinket ward. And blue team is going to end up taking that Ocean Drake. Panic at the top hat lands in. Oran's going to hit everybody with the ram. There goes two members, 2 kills right there. Juice Me Mommy flashes in onto the Allergic to Milk and lanterned out by Summoner 2805. Bukake Poro and Menbung are just trying to get away. Menbung is so low, but Akiyut is going to get taken down by the bomb from Jirachi. And Panic at the top hat is now out of mana, and he's just got to run away from everybody as he would die if he came back. Summoner 2805 is low, but the Warwick is not going to be able to get to him.
It's just a very chaotic fight, but well played there by Riches Provoked. Just what Panic at the top hat thought was a catch ended up being 4 members of Rip there. And I think the biggest thing was that Rip was able to get 2 Super Hoagie and Allergic to Milk, and they were able to take both of them out rather easily. Meanwhile, in the backline, Jirachi and Bukake Poro were still able to, with most of their health, and were able to keep continuing doing damage.
Yeah, actually, Bukake Poro came on a flank right there and was able to get around and onto Super Hoagie. He was able to hit him with the Nether Grasp and then Space Aids, which dropped Hoagie and Heartbeat. And then Sal got caught by a Juice Me Mommy. As Akiyut is dashing in onto Summoner 2805 here. 2805 is going to get hit by the Comet, but he's still got that sliver of health, and he's going to live from that engage.
Flashes down, and they should be able to try and push down this tower, though.
You'd hope so. Bukake Poro is here to push him off. Teleport coming in from behind. That is Juice Me Mommy. Juice Me Mommy is going to dash in onto Akiyut. They are all silenced from the Malzahar as the Ram's coming in. Ram's going to knock up Akiyut as Bukake Poro picks up the kill on Akiyut. Jirachi has also rejoined this fight. They look to be able to push in as Menbug goes dashing over the wall. Gonna flank here as he gets the Q to land onto Panic at the top hat, but he's gonna get suppressed by Urion. Gonna get it smited away, and Super Hoagie is still alive somehow as Jirachi flashes in for that kill. Bukake Poro now caught kind of behind the tower. They're just gonna tank the tower with Summoner 2805. Still haven't picked it up. Gonna get the shield, and now it goes down, forcing Juice Me Mommy to take a couple extra tower shots there, but at the final bit, it doesn't really matter that much.
I mean, after all of that, there was a crazy fight. I don't know how HVG survived that initial engage, and only losing, I believe it was Akiyut there. That was the only one they lost in that initial when they got caught at the mid lane tower. But it was the 3-for-1, I believe, with losing that mid tower though.
Yeah, the Morello Nomicon right now is doing a huge amount of damage for Bukake Poro, just dropping that grievous wound so they're not able to heal Panic at the top has not able to use that RA passive to heal off of those massive orbs.
Yeah, and Aki's not able to heal with this passive either.
As we see, Membung is going to spawn the Rift Herald in the mid lane. That's going to force all 5 members of Hidden Valley Gaming to rotate mid, but the Rift Herald is still going to be able to crash into the mid turret and do a hefty amount of damage there.
Yeah, I think Rift Herald was just running out of time, so they needed to use it. They did have a wave, so at least they were able to get it to the tower in time.
As we see Death Sentence land onto Allergic to Milk, but they're just not going to engage onto that.
Yeah, I think HVG are going to have to sort of regroup, get some farm up. I mean, they're mostly staying even in farm, but they're the ones who are looking to...
Ram's coming in, and Juice Me Mommy's going to whiff on the Ram. I don't know what to talk about that. Panic at the top hat dashes in. They're going to catch Juice Me Mommy out of position, but Jirachi is here, and they're just dropping the damage onto the rest of the team as Super Hoagie is going to die in that exchange. I'm not really sure how he died. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, I think they thought that they caught out the Ornn by himself, but not realizing that the rest of the team was there.
Urion is going to get Death Sentence in the bush by Summoner 2805. Menbung is here, but it's going to get the Fear and the Suppress. Summoner 2805 going to die to Allergic to Milk again. Allergic to Milk has 3 kills right now.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that Warwick is going to outdamage that Lee Sin all day once they get, past that early game.
And Juice Me Mommy trying to just get away from Urion as Membung is going to dash in. I think he didn't... Oh, and that was Juice Me Mommy's splash. He's going to ward hop in. There we go. Urion still going after this, but he's going to shut down by Jirachi as Panic at the top hat comes in, misses the charm. Akiyu is going to get that bomb on top of himself now. Exploding cast. I think that's what that's called. Exploding charge.
They just now got Hoagie there. They were missing their 80 carry in that fight. Otherwise, things might have been able to turn, but they just didn't have the damage. Plus, they were kind of split.
Hidden Valley Gaming is going to try and push this mid tower, but they are going to get responded at. Menbung has the flank here if he's able to get there in time, but Super Summoner 2805 is going to miss the Death Sentence.
Yeah, it's all a game of rotations. Who can get those rotations? Who can go get those towers? Right now, Rich's Provoked is doing a very good job of rotating to where they need to be to get the pressure on his lane.
And remember, this is a must-win series for Rich's Provoked in order to really put themselves in a great spot to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So they're just playing out of their minds right now. As we see some talk in the chat about the differences between the Warwick build and the Lee Sin build. I don't know jungle, so they can argue about that all they want.
Well, then maybe Lee Sin shouldn't have been fighting him.
Or maybe
Take that, theatrics.
Shouldn't build the jungle item. Wait, what? Ooh. Labby strats for the win. As we see, Juice Me Mommy is going to split push bot lane while it is all 5 members of HVG in the mid lane. So this is a 4v5 in the mid lane. Well, they're kind of rotating and splitting off now. Hoagie is nowhere near anybody. And I think that's been a huge theme so far in this match, is that Hoagie has just not been able to stay alive in team fights. Now he's farming top lane. If a team fight breaks out, his team's going to be at a huge disadvantage.
Well, and a big thing I've noticed is they've just never all been there. Like, I think they've had good engages, and they've all haven't been there, or they were on, the wrong side of the fight. Like, fighting in a dragon pit where half the team's coming from one side, half the team's coming from the other. It was kind of just disjointed. And like Hoagie or Panic at the top hat wasn't in the right position to be able to do enough damage.
Panic at the top hat's going to land a charm right there, but it's going to get blocked by the Malzahar passive as Death Sentence is just wide from Summoner 2805. I don't know if he'd want that Death Sentence anyways, because it's going to land on the Maokai, if anything, as Death Sentence, again, just not landing. Trying to hit Super Hoagie, but the wave clear from Jirachi and Bukake Poro is just too much. As Urion is caught on the flank, but they're just going to disengage off of that.
Yeah, the TP coming out from Jusumi Mami there onto that mid tower, just to disengage back.
As we see Ornn leaving the charge right now, Jusumi Mami dashing in, just going to try and clear these waves and push this in on the mid turret. Tornado is going to knock some people up. Here comes the Ram. The Ram is going to get knocked onto Akiyut. Akiyut has a bomb on him, but nothing coming of it. They're going to dash in on the Jusumi Mami. He's taking turret shots right now. Jirachi is picking up a kill, though, on Urion as Super Hoagie pops the Sivir ult. Somehow Allergic to Milk picked up yet another kill on Jusumi Mami. I think that was because he was taking tower shots.
Yeah, they just got pinched off there because they were just a little too slow while Rip pushed up mid.
As Death Sentence missed narrowly wide from Panic at the top hat, Bukake Poro is going to take a turret shot, still has just a fraction of health. He's just going to run away now, I think. It's Panic at the top hat is going to rotate top to stop this wave from just taking the tower. Winion's OP. Jirachi's going to dash in, and Jirachi's just going to one-shot Panic at the top hat.
Yeah.
Good pick right there by Jirachi, as they're going to steal the blue buff and maybe get on the Baron? Nah, it's too early for that. Bukake Poro is backing at the moment.
The Tristana is going to do damage. You get a crit with the static shift proc, and it's going to, chunk any of those carries. And it's not like Sivir can spell shield that.
As HVG is just looking to clear some vision out of their jungle so they can get some control over it. Urion is going to see Summoner 2805, but he's not going to face check that bush. Or doesn't see Summoner 2805 as he doesn't face check the bush. Would have found a backing Thresh right there. As HVG is, again, trying to get this mid turret, but the wave is not yet at the tower. Still haven't taken it down. Ram is coming out from Ornn. Super Hoagie has been nethergrassed by Bukake Poro as Jirachi picks up that kill. And again, that mid tower still hasn't fallen. Urion's going to get dashed on by Menbung. Going to get kicked back and is going to get the bomb dropped on him by Jirachi. But Bukake Poro ultimately picks up that kill.
Yeah, and it's just looking like at this point, HVG just does not have the damage to, to fight at all. Even when Rip is like diving towers, and they've had a couple of miscues. As
Death Sentence lands on the Panic at the top hat, Panic at the top hat is just going to dash away. Tornado comes out and Maokai ultimate, but they're just going to get back off of the Baron. And Jusumi Mami's just zoning right now. Gonna get knocked up, but that just tickles.
Did force them off Baron, but they're gonna just redo it, and no chance for a steal.
Yeah, no steal right there.
Dylan's not playing in this game, so there's nobody who's gonna steal it.
No general dills on Diana and Jarvan, as maybe HVG finally gets that turret. Yep, there it goes. Mid turret finally taken, and it's a long time ago since that early 5-man bot when they got that early lead. Now they're behind about 8k gold, as they're going to try and take this Infernal Drake, get a third dragon.
That's definitely a good one for him, but will he get caught for it?
As Super Hoagie's just trying to run away now. Menbung dashes in, going to get charmed by Panic at the top hat, but nothing doing.
Nice,
as Panic at the top hat just dashes away.
They are able to get out there.
Allergic to Milk is going to get found by Jusumi Mami. I don't know if this is a fight you want. It's in the jungle without your Maokai tank.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna give up that tower.
Yeah, you're
You
gonna
have Baron minions.
Baron minions OP. Howling Gale, that's what that called. Not Tornado, it's Howling Gale. As we see the push in on bot lane, all 5 members of RIP are here. So it's a 5v5 here. Hoagie is in the front line somehow. Not going to get knocked up by Juice Me Mommy. Death Sentence is going to miss narrowly wide from Summoner 2805 as the Howling Gale knocks up Juice Me Mommy. Oh, Charm lands from Panic at the Top Hat, but Panic at the Top Hat is now out of mana. He's going to need to... Well, he's going to stay. Dashes in. Howling Gale knocks up Jirachi. Jirachi is now under the tower, taking a lot of damage. Ram is coming in. It's just going to knock up Urion as Juice Miwami comes dashing in, but he's going to get dropped by Panic at the Top Hat. Akiyut is really low. Kakeporo is going to get taken down with Panic at the Top Hat. Panic at the Top Hat actually is going to pick up a triple kill on the Menbung, and there is an ace for HVG. They needed that.
Yeah,
they really needed
came
that.
Down to, they took out Rich. He stepped a little bit too far forward. They stepped a little bit too far forward, and just got so much damage on them that they had to jump out, and then were no longer in the fight. They couldn't do anything after that, and without that consistent Tristana damage, they couldn't follow up. Plus, Ornn diving a tower. Yes, Ornn is super tanky, but you're still diving a tower for a long time. They're going to take a lot of damage from that as well.
And I think Jirachi took like 1 or 2 turret shots in that whole exchange as well. So it was just seemed like it was a little bit forced right there by Rich's Provoke. You know, just trying to use that lead and just end the game early. I understand the reasoning, but it didn't play out too well.
Doing Tristana things, playing too far forward. I know those feels.
As we have more memes in chat. Super Hoagie is going to get the red buff. Going to get spotted by Summoner 2805 as Jirachi is trying to steal the wolves from Urion. Yeah, they're going to spot him though. As now it just looks like HVG is just going to try and turtle and stall this game out and try and get some of that gold lead back. As they're only down 5k now rather than 8k a minute or two ago.
Yeah, I mean, they can climb back into this game so easily. They just have to play these fights really safe.
Looks like they're hiding in a bush.
Can pump out the damage. There's no doubt about that. But it has to be, you're playing with Warwick in front line and the Maokai in the front line, and not trying to play these chaotic fights where
Urion is going to face check this bush. He's going to get suppressed by Bukaki Poro and death sentence by Summoner 28. That is going to be a pick onto Urion. Juice Me Mommy is just going to walk up and steal that kill. As now it's a 4v5. Death flash in, death sentence onto Super Hoagie, but they're just going to disengage off of that as the ram comes in from Juice Me Mommy. But there's so much damage getting dropped by Jirachi, who's unhit. Charm's going to land. Juice Me Mommy's going to get picked off by Super Hoagie, but Super Hoagie's going to get picked by Jirachi. As Akiyut is exhausted and somehow allergic to milk is on a killing spree. I don't understand.
How we didn't know how well the Janet would go into it, and Janet is 5-1-9.
The real carrier right there. ADC Janet confirmed. Wow, so going 2 for 2 there, basically. Not a bad trade, I guess. You got to get the gold somehow. But Urion getting picked in the jungle, just trying to check for farm. And runs into 2 members.
It was definitely a good fight for HVG because they stopped the tower push. Realistically, all Rip has to do is siege, because get a tower shot or 2 in with Tristana every once in a while. Just have Ornn step up and get a 1 or 2 tower shots in with the bomb, and the tower will get worn away after like 3 waves. Like
Yeah.
there will be nothing to it.
Yeah,
But-
HVG's done a pretty good job of stalling here, but Rich's Provoked just needs to do a slightly better job of how they're sieging. They're just trying to force these fights just a little too much. They did get a very good pick onto Urion, but
Well,
then
exactly.
just grouped as
Imagine
5.
if there was a Warwick in that fight. That was a 4v5. Yes, it was under their tower, but it was a 4v5. And they still came out, technically 2-for-1 in that fight.
as HVG is onto this dragon right now, here comes the Ram. It's going to knock up nobody, actually, as the Ram misses everybody. He's just going to get Howling Guild up. Akyu, yeah, there's a Dragon 4. That is their 3rd Ocean Drake, as Summoner 2805 has killed Super Hoagie. Death Sentence is going to land onto Panic at the top, but Panic at the top is just going to get shut down by Jirachi as the Nether Grasp held him in place from Bukake Poro, as Baron is now respawned. And it looks like Rich's Provoked's going to go get it. Are they going to get it? No, they're... No? Yeah, it looks like they are going to go get it.
Honestly, I think they needed to just push down mid lane.
Yeah.
They could have had
Break the
an inhib out of
base.
it.
Menbung is not tanky enough to take this, as Juice Mami is now finally here to help out. Yeah, there goes the Dragon. Not Dragon, Baron now, and they're just going to recall. And they're not pushing that base yet. You could have probably broken that tower, taken at least one of those towers down off of that fight. Because Panic at the top hat and Akyu still haven't, they're just now respawning.
Yeah, I think they could have pushed down mid lane, still got an inhib off of it, and then turned to Baron, because, they'd be just now finishing Baron, and the entire team is just now getting back from HVG.
But something I think that's
Overall,
gone
that
on.
was a very messy fight for HVG, which is why they lost it. They had a flank in from Bukake Poro, and then just
Urion's going to find some wards here, but Bukake Poro's here. Just going to drop Space Aids onto Urion as the little Voidlings chase him. But something that I think that's gone unnoticed here is a lot of these fights are turning on a death sentence from Summoner 2805, landing a lot of very good death sentences.
yeah, making up a little bit for some earlier misplays.
Yeah, he
Doing a really good job at hitting those.
whiffed on a
Also,
couple.
Bukake Poro with those ultimates just completely locking somebody down. There's no chance once that.
Just
that
as I
ult
say-
hits somebody.
Just as I mentioned those death sentences, Summoner 2805 whiffs another one. So, but he has been hitting them when he needs to hit them. I think that's the important thing. And again, Rich's Provoked has grouped as 5 in this top lane, still trying to break this open. If I was them, I might split up and send the Ornn somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean there is no.
Because the wave clear right now is just too much. Summoner 2805 is going to get taken down by Allergic to Milk, who's on a rampage. Jirachi's going to blow up Urion. But Juice Me Mommy is just taking tower shots right now. Super Hoagie is just going to... Oh my goodness, Jirachi's on a triple kill. Just deleting people left and right. Jirachi's finally going to get this tower as Menbung gets the Q to land onto Allergic to Milk. But Panic at the top hat and Allergic to Milk are still up. Yep, they're going to have to back off because I don't think they can take any more of this fight. So they finally break the base open. And no Penta for Rich. Because he'd probably trade his life.
At the start there, it looked like it was going to be a really good fight for HVG. They got a pick onto Summoner 2805. There was the charm landed from Panic at the top hat. But then it was just Juice Me Mommy with the ult over the entire team except for, I believe it was Ari. So over 4 people, and then the damage just got layered on. And Jirachi was just free to auto-attack the whole time, like with no pressure. Warwick did end up kind of getting to the back line, but there was just not enough damage to even try and take out the Tristana.
Yeah, Jirachi is just popping off right now. Doing so much damage. He pretty much 2-shots Super Hoagie right now. Just not giving Super Hoagie a chance. Like any misplays by or missteps by Super Hoagie pretty much means his life if Jirachi's anywhere nearby.
I think one of the issues that HVG is running into is that Rurion's trying to dive backline with the Maokai as well, while the whole time you've got the Ari, Janna, and Sivir that are trying to peel off the Horn and Thresh.
Oh, that Thresh. Just got popped up
But
in
you're
the
trying
air.
to peel them off, and then
Yeah, that was a bit interesting.
There's,
He just
you know,
dove onto Jirachi, but then just got popped.
exactly,
Wasn't able to suppress
there
him.
was no damage to follow that up. So you need to like kite back, try and get a kill onto the Thresh or Lee Sin, and then go for that backline play.
Wow, I just noticed that Jirachi is 100 CS up on Super Ogi, as Juice Me Mommy is trying to engage again under this bot tower, but just keeps getting knocked up by Janna. As Panic at the top hat dashes in, lands the charm on Bukake Poro, but just doesn't have the damage to take him down. Death Sentence misses wide from Summoner 2805. Wide to the left, or wide to the right. Izzy Blair Walsh. Sorry, football joke. As Redemption comes out from Allergic to Milk. Gonna land the Death Sentence finally. Gonna drop Akiyut though, as Urion is on the backline, but he has no help. And that Thresh right there, just getting that flay, and Urion dropped. There's the quadra kill for Jirachi. No pentakill. As I think Bukake Poro took a kill. Yeah. And that should be game. 38-minute game on a must-win game for Riches Provoked. They're going to pull this one out. And we have a series, ladies and gentlemen. No Penta again. Give chat their money back. Anyways, very well done by Riches Provoked. So stick around, everybody. We're going to go to a quick break as we set up the next game. Yeah, this will be fun.